Hi, my name is Lisa, and this is a yoga flow for the summer solstice. So summer is all about embracing the abundance and embracing the flow. And we're celebrating, or we are celebrating as a country, but I know I'm definitely celebrating Juneteenth today. And then the summer solstice is about 2 days from now. And I believe we're also celebrating lots of other things in the upcoming summer. So for today's sequence, I want to focus in on heart openers. Opening up your heart, feeling the fullness and embracing the abundance of summer, because we work so hard in winter. And these past few months have been extremely challenging on multiple levels. So I want to really allow this yoga sequence to just be a heart opening fullness stretch and embracing all that we are. Embracing so that we can continue to hold fast to our dreams. Langston Hughes once wrote, "Hold fast to your dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly." And I think that is so true. So today we're gonna be super open, embracing all, letting all in, and letting it all flow out. So let's go ahead and start off in tabletop position. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, spread the fingertips nice and wide, curl toes under. Take a nice big deep inhale. Tilt the pelvis forward and down, soften the belly down towards the yoga mat, and roll your gaze forward and up, opening up in the heart. Exhale, tops the feet come to the floor, roll through the vertebrae, chin comes towards the chest, twice more. Inhale, sending the belly on down, rolling the gaze forward and up. Exhale, tops the feet come to the floor, roll through vertebrae, chin comes towards the chest. And when you're absolutely ready, slowly come back to a nice neutral tabletop position. Inhale the left hand up towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna thread the left hand underneath the right arm, but we're just gonna reach. Don't let that left shoulder drop. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweeping the left arm up. Exhale, threading it underneath. Once more, inhale, sweeping the left arm up. Exhale, bending the elbows, spreading or reaching it underneath. Go ahead, inhale, left arm up, and place the left hand on down. So let's take that into the opposite side. Inhale the right hand on up, and then go ahead, thread the right hand underneath the left elbow, slightly bend the elbow. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, thread it underneath. Last time, inhale, right hand on up. Exhale, threading it underneath. And then go ahead, slowly reach the right hand on up and sweep the right hand on down. Bring the big toes together, the knees nice and wide. Come to sit onto the heels of the feet, bow on down, swaying from side to side, pulsing the shoulders. We're gonna come into our first dolphin posture. So from here, come onto one forearm and then the other. Then send the knees underneath the hips, ground down through the fingertips, curl the toes under, press into the forearms and send the hips up nice and high, and just hold here and breathe. Swaying the head, no. Swaying the head, yes. No, for no judgment, no criticism. Yes, for letting all good things in. Last big deep breath in. Keep rounding the shoulders towards the ribs. Keep pressing the forearms and the hands into the yoga mat. And then go ahead, release the knees on down. Come up onto the hands and come into your first downward facing dog. This time, go ahead, pedal out the legs, warm up the lower body. And when you're absolutely ready, go ahead, inhale the right heel all the way up towards the ceiling. Bend the right knee, step the right foot in between the hands or help it forward. Release the left knee on down to the yoga mat, hug the inner thighs in towards each other, and sweep the fingertips forward and up. Bring the first finger and thumb together, really reach. And on an exhale, bend the elbows, come into a goddess-like arm position. Inhale to reach the fingertips on up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Twice more, inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. When you're absolutely ready, interlace fingers behind you. Open up in the heart space. Beautiful. Keep reaching the knuckles of the hands on down. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, feel the fullness of your heart just opening, embracing all that you have to offer, knowing that you are enough and you are worthy of all your blessings. Last big deep breath in. And on an exhale, go ahead, release the hands on down to frame the right foot. You can stay here, reaching the right hand up towards the ceiling, or curl the left toes under and lift the left knee off the yoga mat, keeping the right knee over the ankle, lifting that left hip up nice and high. Last big deep breath in. And on an exhale, go ahead, swim the right hand on down. Pivot the left foot down onto the yoga mat and come into a warrior one. So warrior one is kind of complicated because you have to square the hips. So walk the left foot to the outside edge of the mat, bend on into the right knee. Keep sending the right hip back as the left hip moves forward. Reach the fingertips up nice and high. If the hips are a little bit on an angle, that's okay. Take a nice big deep breath in. Straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend on into it just a little bit deeper. Feel that openness. Interlace fingers behind the neck. See if you can gently open up in the heart space. This feels really good. And summer is all about relaxing and kind of letting the universe in. Especially if you're a student, you'll like this. Just open up in the heart. Release the desk or computer neck. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands on up. Interlace fingers behind you, melt the shoulders away from the ears, open up in the heart space and send the heart to the inside of the right leg. Hands come up overhead for humble warrior. We have that heel to heel connection, and it's okay if that right shoulder doesn't go to the inside of that right knee. That's all right. Just hold with me for 2 more breaths. Last big deep breath in. And go ahead, release the hands on down to frame the right foot. Come on to the ball of the left foot, step back into plank posture. Find that sit bone heel connection. Let's find some strength in these heart openers, these back openers. Send the one forearm on down and then the other. And just kind of stay here, grounding down through the fingertips, pressing the energy away. I know it's hard. If you're shaking, that's so good. And you can always release the knees if it's too much. It's yoga, not boot camp, so we can take breaks. 2 more breaths. Last big deep inhale. Exhale, release the hips on down. Ooh, send the tops of feet to the floor and just rock and sway from side to side in Sphinx posture. Take a moment of gratitude, open up into the heart space, maybe slide the hands underneath the elbows and press on up into Cobra. And on an exhale, curl toes under, press up and back, downward dog. Let's take another dolphin. So bring one forearm on down, then the other. And just hold here. Take a nice big deep breath in. Sigh it out. And go ahead slowly. See if you can come up onto one hand then the other for downward facing dog. Inhale the left heel up towards the ceiling. Bend the left knee. Step the left foot in between the hands or help it forward. Release the right knee on down. Inhale the arms on up. Bring the first finger and thumb together. Reach up and over, opening up in the heart space. You're doing great. Go ahead, inhale. Exhale, draw the elbows towards the rib cage, bending the elbows. Inhale to reach up towards something. Exhale to draw that energy down onto this earth. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, breathing in. Exhale, bend on into the elbow, open up in the heart space, and then interlace fingers behind you, sending the knuckles of the hands on down the leg. Keep bending on into the left knee. Walk the right foot as far back as possible. Last big deep breath in. Exhale. Beautiful. Go ahead, release the hands to frame the left foot. Ground down through the right fingertips. Can you send the left hand up towards the ceiling? Maybe even lift the right knee up above the mat. And maybe you want to walk that ankle underneath the knee. Last big deep inhale. And exhale. Gorgeous. Go ahead, windmill the hands on down to frame that left foot. Pivot the right foot down onto the mat on a 45-degree angle. Draw the navel on in. Use your core to lift on up into warrior one. If that's hard, you can always walk the hands up the leg. Melt the shoulders away from the ears. Find that heel to heel connection. So you can send the left hip back as the right hip moves forward, and you can always widen your stance, sending the right foot to the outside edge of the mat. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. When you are ready, inhale to straighten the left leg. Exhale to bend. Interlace the fingers. Melt the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, take a gentle baby back bend. Exhale, send the heart to the inside of that left leg. Remember to stay humble as you journey onto your dreams, of what you deserve, what you're cultivating. Last big deep inhale. And on an exhale, release the hands on down. Come onto the ball of the right foot, step the left foot to meet the right. Find that plank posture. Take a nice big deep inhale and exhale. Last big deep breath in, exhale. Send one forearm on down and then the other. Oh my gosh, finding strength within the flexibility. Last two breaths, breathing in, sighing it out. Last big deep inhale. Exhale, release the hips on down. Come into your Sphinx pose again, rocking from side to side, giving that heart a break, but also how we feel when we take breaks in our practice is kind of how we feel when summer comes or when our goal comes. It's just freeing, and lean on into that openness and that abundance. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, send the hands to frame the heart, curl toes under. Take a well-deserved child's pose. Bring the knees as wide as the mat, bring the big toes together. Bow on down. Take a moment to honor all that you have done, all that you do. Take a moment to embrace your freedom and the fullness of who you are, knowing that you are more than enough. And when you are absolutely ready, come to sit onto the heels of the feet and sweep the legs on front. We're gonna play around with bridge, maybe even into a bow pose posture. And then we're gonna slowly cool it on down. So for our bridge pose, we're just gonna go ahead and roll onto the back, walk the hands, or I should say walk the feet towards the glute muscles. And with the hands, feel for the back of the heels. And then from here, see if it's accessible to press into the feet. And then lift the hips on up. Interlace fingers underneath you. If there's any space between the lower back and the mat, melt the shoulders away from the ears. You can stay here, but for those of you who have your upward bow pose, your Urdhva Dhanurasana, bring the hands alongside the ears, placing the hands on down to the yoga mat, and I'm just gonna walk a little bit to center. Hug the elbows in towards each other. Inhale, come up onto the head. And exhale, press into the hands and lift all the way on up. Ooh, feeling that openness. If you're still in your bridge and this isn't accessible, stay in your bridge. Honor your practice, honor where you are at. Hold whatever this is for 2 more breaths. Inhaling and exhale. Last big deep inhale. And on an exhale, slowly release, lower on down. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Great job, guys. And when you're ready, bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the hips to be nice and open. Send one hand to the belly or the pelvis and one hand to the heart. Take a moment to just feel the beating of your heart, feel the chest rise and fall. Take a nice big deep inhale into the belly. Exhale, sigh it out. Take a nice big deep inhale into the chest, the heart space. Really breathe into the chest, puff it up like a peacock. Inhale. Exhale, release. You can choose to stay here in Shavasana, or you can begin to make your way out, taking a moment of gratitude for all that you did today and for taking the time to cultivate a yoga practice that embraces abundance of summer, openness, and fullness within your heart. And you can choose to stay in your Shavasana, finding gratitude for all that you have, for the summer, for all the change within you and around you. I thank you so much for practicing with me, for granting me permission to lead you through opening your heart and finding fullness. Bring the hands to prayer. May there always be peace and love within your thoughts. Bring thumbs down to the lips. May there always be peace and love within your words, or thumbs down to the heart. Have an amazing rest of your day, your night, your weekend, and have an amazing summer. Namaste.